guys, C here. Thank you so much for clicking to join me in today's video. Today we are going to finish up my trio that I've mentioned in last week's video. So last week I made the beautiful dress on Simplicity 9114. I made it in a beautiful blouse wear. It is lovely. But I also mentioned throughout that video that I was going to be making a trio. So I'm going to be making the pants of Simplicity 9114 as well as the top of Simplicity 9958 View A. And I've teased you guys with these patterns as well as the fabric of choice, this beautiful Carolina blue poly twill. And so now I'm ready to go ahead and finish this outfit. As I've mentioned previously, so far I have done the fly front on the pants. That's it. I am a little concerned about this pucker that I've mentioned here in the crotch. And I'm still concerned about it, but I'm not going to do anything about it. So it's just, it is what it is. And then in the matching fabric, I've already cut out the pattern pieces for View A of Simplicity 9958. For the pants, the only notion that I needed was, of course, my zipper and button. I have that. But for the top, I need a 12-inch separating zipper. And the two Hobby Lobbies in my area did not have a 12-inch separating zipper at all. But the color choice is very, very, very limited. And I didn't want to use navy, I didn't want to use black, and I certainly didn't want to use white for the back zipper of this top. So instead, I just placed an order to get a 12-inch sky blue separating zipper off of Amazon, and that should be here tomorrow. I was able to get it on one day for Prime. I had to purchase 3, which I'm not that happy about because the odds of me using another separating zipper is very, very slim, because in my entire sewing career, I've used 1. So this is going to be my second time using a separating zipper. So those other 2 zippers are going to be sitting in my stash for an eternity. But we will not go on a Joanne Hobby Lobby tangent this time around. I'll save it for next time. So I have laid out all of my pattern pieces to finish both of these makes. I'm going to start off with the top first, and it is 3:40 on a Saturday afternoon. So this is my sewing, my Saturday sewing. I won't have the opportunity to sew anymore for the rest of the weekend. And ideally, I just would like to go ahead and do the top up to the zipper. The zipper is literally like one of the very last steps. So I should be able to accomplish most of that. And then if time allows tonight, I'll go ahead and start working on those pants. But because I've already done the hard part, the most time-consuming part of the pants, it shouldn't take me that long to finish them. So that's where we're at. Let me go ahead and get started. It is 7:05, which means I've been in here for 3.5 hours. I started at 3:30. I've accomplished nothing. I haven't taken any breaks. I haven't even gone to go pee. I haven't even taken a sip of my water. I've gotten nowhere because this is an insanely tedious sew. And now I've gotten to the point where I'm completely confused. So, and the whole sew has been like, am I doing this right? I had to focus so bad that I got off the phone with my friend. Like, I couldn't even keep FaceTiming. I had to be paying attention. But there are steps and I'm like, should I really be doing that? Like, you're pinning the wrong side to the right side of several pieces. I'm gathering everything. What I should have done, I should have read these MFing instructions before I cut my fabric. That's what I should have done. Because then I instantly would have realized I don't want to do this shit. I'm so confused. But I'm beyond confused where I want to take a break and revisit this. I'm at the point where I've reached my limit. I'm at my peak. I'm going to take a break, yes. But I'm going to come back and I'm not going to do this shit. I'm going to move on to something else. And I'm mad because I have so much of my fabric tied up into this make. I'm not even enjoying the sewing process of this top. I don't like anything about it. I'm so irritated, and I'm irritated with myself. So I don't think I'm doing 99.58. I think I have confidently decided I'm not gonna move forward because for the last 30 minutes I've just been looking at the instructions. Like, do I keep going? Do I stop? I can't even piece together what this is supposed to look like. It's just, I really think the instructions are bad. I don't think the instructions are worded well. I think it's a lot of steps. It's 7 o'clock, so I've missed dinner with my family. I'm gonna go in the house and snuggle with my kids, spend some time with my husband, eat something, and work out, and then I may or may not come back out here. Alright, peeps, it's been a week since we last spoke. Today is Saturday, August 30th. Now, because I film in real time, I didn't have a video for you yesterday. It's the first week all year that I did not drop a video. And that sucks, but I've got a lot going on professionally, a lot of professional changes, switching up my job a little bit. So I've just been all over the place. Not myself, very busy. Husband has been traveling. He travels across state every once in a while. So it's just been a lot. So I didn't have a video, couldn't finish my project. When we last spoke, that top just, the hell with that. So now we're in a better space. I'm going to come and kickstart my weekend sewing. It is 2:20 in the afternoon, so it's a little late, but I wanted to use my Saturday morning to just rest and chill. I only have an hour and a half. I'm lying. Based on my timer, because I've squandered 9 minutes. I have 81 minutes that I can get a little bit of sewing done before I head to an event this evening. My team, my work team, we are having our last hoorah, and we're going out to dinner. We're going to vibe out before I start my new journey on Monday. So I'm going to dibble a little bit with this project and then head to dinner, then come back and end my night working on this project. So the hell with that last top, whatever that pattern is, I've already erased it out of my memory. I will not visit it ever again. Instead, I was shopping my pattern stash and I came across New Look 6741. This is a pattern I've had in my stash since last spring. I'm looking at view A. I like the one-sided aspect of it. I only have this much fabric left. I was unable to salvage much fabric from the last project, and so this is what we got. It is enough to do this pattern, and for the lining, I went to my stash bin, and I'm going to be using this for the lining. You have seen this retro floral charmeuse several times. I purchased it from LA Finch Fabrics last year. I've made a satin slip bias skirt with it. I've made a cami with it. And so, oh, what else have I made with it? That might be it. Not sure. But now we're going to be using this as the lining for my top. So I have just enough fabric for that. For this pattern, it only has two pieces, a front and a back, and it needs a separating zipper. Now I had ordered a 14 or 9-inch separating zipper. I don't know what inch it was for the last top, and because that same day I realized that project wasn't going to work out, I canceled it. Well, now that I've found another top, I need another 7-inch separating zipper, so I have to reorder one. So that will be here tomorrow, and so I want to get as far as I can with this top until I need the zipper. Once again, this pattern is 2 pieces front and back, so it's 4 pieces total, 2 pieces for the outer shell, 2 pieces for the lining. I like that. There are 9 steps to this project, and I love that even more. So hopefully this should be a rather simple sew. And before I cut my pattern pieces, I have certainly read these instructions, unlike that last raggedy ass pattern. Anyway, so I think we'll be good to go. Because that top didn't work out last week, I am so scared about my pants. Fortunately, I've worked on so many pants over the course of the year that I should have no issues, but I'm still so daggone nervous. I'm gonna have trauma from that damn top for a while, but hopefully we've got some wins coming up. I've already cut out the pattern pieces, okay, for this top. So now I'm gonna cut out my fabric pieces in the outer and the lining, and probably go ahead and start working on these pants first, and then get back to the top later on. So I'll touch base with you before I head out to dinner. Welcome back. It's been about 90 minutes and I made pretty good progress. I went ahead and serged all of the pieces together, and I've attached the pockets and I've attached the front and back together, and so now I just need to sew up the crotch. I should go ahead and do that, but I want to press my seams out. So I want all my seams to be nice and flush. So I'm going to press my seams out first and then sew up the crotch, and then we'll sew up the sides and attach that waistband and button. And these pants will be done. Oh, and hem. So when I get back tonight, I'll probably end up finishing these pants. Everything looks super, super good so far. I'm really happy with that. So hopefully I can finish up the pants tonight, and then I can go ahead and at least do my darts on the top, because I think immediately after the darts and attaching the front and back together, then you need the zipper. So I can at least prep and get that ready so that when that zipper is delivered tomorrow, I can go right into it, and that'll be my weekend sew. I have a little under an hour before I have to be at my dinner with my team, and it's right down the street. The restaurant's right down the street. So I've already done my makeup, and my hair. I've just got my wrap on to secure those edges because someone needs a retwist. But I'll touch base with you guys in a little bit, a few hours. I'll see you then. I couldn't get a good angle with my Sony, so here I am filming on my phone. But this is what the pants are looking like so far. This is a 16, and so I'm really glad that I cut a size 18 in the waistband. So hopefully we can make that work. Pockets look absolutely phenomenal. Love it. I'm definitely going to cut the leg. So I actually might make the leg maybe ankle length. And I think I'm going to go ahead and take these legs in some more, just because I don't really want them super loose. Now the seat looks great. You know, I'm gonna make sure my booty looks good in everything that I wear. So other than that, everything looks good. Crotch is pretty good. I like that. Yeah, I'm just gonna take this leg in and then cut that length. Let me see. Let me play with it. Already, that's better. That's already better. So I think I'm gonna make them ankle length and then take that leg in some more. So maybe next time around I should do a 14 in the leg, grade out to a 16 in the hip, and then an 18 in the waistband. That's doing a lot of work, but for now we're just gonna take this in. This is taking in a lot of the leg though. Look at that. That's taking in a lot. But I think it's gonna look so much better. Like that. I don't want them skinny, but like that would be great. Wear it with heels, wear it with flats. Okay, let's get to work. All right, here's the final look. No, I'm not happy with it. No, I can't wear it to work. Yes, it is flawed heavily. We'll get to it. Let's start with the pants. The pants are lovely. The pants are going to be the winner out of this outfit, okay? Out of the trio, the dress is definitely the winner. The pants come in second place, and they fit great. Now, I did an 18 in the waistband, and that was spot on. Great decision. However, I made my buttonhole before I wrapped it around my waist So I used the buttonhole markings from the 16 instead of the 18. So I had to push my button further into the waistband than I had anticipated, which meant it cut into my waistband, which means the 18 would have been perfect, but now it's fitting more like a 16. So it's a little snug, but we can make it work. I hope that made sense, because I'm rambling. I don't think it made sense, but I hope you get what I mean. That pucker down here is really not that bad. Let me stop touching myself. The pucker down here is not that bad. We got a little pucker right here with the zipper, but I mean, to people who don't sew, I don't think it's noticeable. Hope not. Other than that, the pants are great. Love that I took in the leg. Love that I went ahead and creased down the middle. Feeling pretty good with the pants. The top, oh God. And it's not even because of the pattern. It is truly user error. So I, being diligent, cut a size 16 based off of the garment measurements on the pattern booklet that was based on the bust and the waist. And because I house all of my weight right here, I'm doing a good job sucking in right now, but because I hide all of my weight right here, I need to make sure that I can wrap this top around my body. So I cut a 16. We had to take in a lot. And so I had already started the early stages of constructing the outer shell, and then I had to translate those markings into the lining. Well, I rushed that process, so my lining ended up being much larger than my outer shell, and so that's how it's just not laying flat, because I've got excess material underneath. And not only do I have excess fabric, but now it's not symmetrical at the bottom, like it or around the back. It's all wonky, okay? It don't look good. And then when I put my zipper in, my fabrics are two different rush the process, trying to get it done. I don't like seeing a project more than 2 or 3 sittings. So rushing, user error. So don't be like me. I think the pattern is probably wonderful. I'm not a crop top girl. So moral of the story is I'll never wear this top a day in my life. And that's okay. Let me show you what it looks like with the dress so you can see how it's also never gonna get worn out. So I didn't do a good job bringing my vision to life. It just didn't turn out the way that I had anticipated, right? But I'm sure, oh, my dress is inside out. Okay, let's try this again. My neighbors, if they're looking out their window, oh, they're getting a treat today. What is that woman over there doing 7 o'clock in the morning? Is she talking to herself? Why is she getting dressed on her front porch? It's a little more challenging getting dressed not in front of a mirror. All right, so this was supposed to be the trio, right? I'll never wear this shit a day in my life. It don't even look right. Let me get my mic off so you can hear me. This ain't the look, sis. This ain't it. This ain't it. Okay. No. So to redeem this so that I can at least wear the pants and the dress together is I could pair this with a white bodysuit, a white tank, a fitting white top. The top that I'm wearing today is a little more looser, and I'll show you what that looks like. It's a little more looser, so it may not work well together, but hey, you win some, you lose some. Let me show you the top that I am wearing with this outfit today. Okay, so this looks better, but this still ain't it. But if this was a scoop neck, if it was a spaghetti strap, it was a more tight fitting bodysuit, I could definitely make that work with the dress and the pants. Instead, today, I'm just roughing it, arms out today. And so we're just gonna rock our pants today with one of my favorite little $5 tops. All right, so that was a lot, but that's this week's vlog. It's been a chatty one. We've been all over the place. A lot of emotions wrapped up in this project. So if you stuck around, I appreciate you. As always, I love you for watching. I'll catch you in the next one. I'll see you next week. Peace.